So you're working 60, maybe 70 hours a week, but the needle's not moving. Your team's still calling you with every problem. The texts never stop. And when you're home, your mind's still on the job site. You don't feel like you're in control of your time. What if you could reclaim control of your time and actually grow your business? What if you could reclaim control of your time without everything falling apart? Hey, you're listening to the Construction Leading Edge podcast, where it's all about systematizing your construction business to eliminate chaos and maximize profit, freedom, and impact. My name is Todd DeWalt, and I'm your construction business coach. My team and I have helped over 400 construction companies eliminate chaos, grow their profits, and build their teams. Today on the show, we're tackling this big question. What's really stealing your time, and how can you repossess control of your time before something breaks? In this episode, you're going to learn a few things. The trap that is the number one reason you're stuck in reactive mode and don't control your time. We'll talk about that trap. There's a deficiency that needs to be solved if you want to get back in control of your time, and it has very little to do with what's going on your job sites. And how your business may be unintentionally designed to prevent you from controlling your time. So if you're ready to stop firefighting and start leading and be less reactive and more strategic, stick around and listen to this entire episode. So before we get started with that, if you're a builder, remodeler, general contractor, for that matter, a trade contractor, are you losing profit before a project even starts? There's a specific phase of every project that you're doing on every project. You may just be doing it too late. It is the buyout phase. So if you want to learn some tips and tricks on how to buy out your projects effectively, go grab my free buyout playbook and learn about the steps that lock in costs, sets up your projects for success, limits risk, and protects your margins. You can go grab that at constructionleadingedge.com/buyout, BUYOUT. So I talk with construction business owners every week, and I've talked with hundreds, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 or more construction business owners over the past 8 or 10 years. And on average, people tell me they're spending 40 to 50% of their week putting out fires or doing low-value tasks that somebody else could be handling. Sometimes it's 25%, sometimes it's 75%, but on average, construction business owners are spending 40 to 50% of their time putting out fires or doing low-value tasks. That's 20 hours a week of what should be CEO time that's spent on $20 an hour problems. I'll talk some more about these $20 an hour problems, what I mean by that. Here's what I hear. I hear statements like this. Every 5 minutes, there's a ping, a beep, a text, a call, and before I know it, the whole day's gone. I talked about this on a previous podcast, and a guy told me, he said this, I literally laughed when you said 75 texts and 75 phone calls a day, because that's me. And he said something to the effect of, does this bleeping guy have a camera in my office? Well, how does he know? Another statement I heard was, I start an email at 7 o'clock in the morning and it's still open at 3:30 because I haven't finished it yet. Half my week is just firefighting. It keeps me from getting ahead on jobs. Every problem comes to me. Every decision lands in my lap. We're always rushing to get started and then figuring it out later. Super busy, always feeling busy, but not moving the needle. In many cases, working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, thinking, well, that's just what it takes. It's just what it takes. Construction is chaos, right? And when you're running at that pace, when every 5 minutes it's a ping, a call, a quick question, a text, an email, you're not leading your business anymore. You're just reacting to it. You've become the bottleneck, the firefighter. If your business had to fill out a form and list its emergency contact, it would be you. You are the emergency contact for everything that goes wrong. And it's not just exhausting. It's not just taking up time on your calendar. It's actually really expensive because you're spending CEO time, or what should be CEO time, on $20 an hour problems. Think about the problems that you're solving, looking up information in your software, in job trend, builder trend, going through emails, trying to find something, looking through your phone for a text, answering the same question for the third or fourth or fifth time, and God forbid, going to the supply house and doing material runs, picking up materials. Those are $20 an hour problems. Half your week, the most valuable hours you have is getting hijacked by putting out fires or doing stuff that somebody else should be doing or solving problems that never should have happened. Your time is worth $1,000 an hour. If you think about it, that may sound crazy, but think about it. If you spend 5 hours putting together a pre-construction agreement for a project that generates $100,000 of profit, do the math. That's $20,000 an hour of your time. You should be spending your time on $1,000 an hour activities minimum. That time that you're spent putting out fires, answering questions over and over, running out the door to go to a job site to solve a problem. That's time that could have been spent building systems, training your team, recruiting, hiring, onboarding people, meeting a high value client, building referral networks, building partnerships, or just thinking about the business. Instead, you're burning that time on urgent things that frankly shouldn't even exist in a healthy business. Maybe you're starting to feel it too. If you're like a lot of guys I talk to, here's what they tell me, that there's this quiet exhaustion that just never goes away. They're home physically, but their mind's still back on the job site. They're waking up thinking about, did this get ordered? Did this happen? Your laptop is open on the couch. Maybe you're at the dining room table while your family's at home and you're working on stuff at 9 o'clock at night. Your wife or your spouse is frustrated. Your kids get what's left of you, not the best of you. One guy told me, I'm scared I'll look back in 10 years and realize that I built a monster, but I missed my kids growing up. Another guy said, I know this pace isn't sustainable. Something's going to give, and it might be me. You work yourself right up to, or maybe past, the edge of burnout in the name of providing for your family, but the business that was supposed to give you this freedom that you started it for has become the thing that's stealing it. This business that was intended, that you started to provide freedom for you, is actually stealing freedom from you. And that's the real danger here. When you don't control your time, you don't control your business. And when you don't control your business, then you lose the very things you started it for. You started this business for freedom, right? To have peace of mind, security, and purpose. And when you don't control your time, you lose those things. So imagine this. Imagine that you wake up and you actually know what your day is going to look like. You have a clear plan for your day because you decided what's on your calendar. You're not waking up to missed calls and texts before breakfast. You're actually leading your day, not just surviving it. You start the morning with clarity. You've got time blocked for deep work to focus on strategy, systems, the kind of thinking that moves your business forward. You have time on your calendar to meet with your team. You're having team meetings that are effective because you have time to plan for them. You're having one-on-ones with your key team members, and your team knows what to do. Imagine that your team knows what to do. You're watching your team make decisions without calling you every 5 minutes. And when that happens, you start to trust people and delegate. You realize this is actually working. The fires start to go away because the people around you are maybe putting them out before they reach you, or better yet, the fires are never happening. Instead of being a firefighter, your team is into fire prevention. And the team is actually preventing these fires. So you're not chasing chaos anymore. You've got a rhythm, a predictable routine, a predictable schedule that protects your most valuable resource, which is your attention, right? And your time. It's called paying attention for a reason. Your attention, your time is incredibly valuable. In fact, your time and your attention are one of the most valuable resources your company has. Imagine being able to pay attention to the things that your business needs you to pay attention to. At the end of the day, whenever you want that to be, if that's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you get up from your desk, you walk out of the office, your brain is clear because you got your work done during the workday. You go home early, you sit down for dinner, go to your kid's game, and you're actually there. You're actually present, fully present with what's going on, not just half listening while your mind is still running the business. That's not some fantasy. That's what happens when you take control of your time. You start to enjoy the work again. You're thinking about the future, excited about the future, not just putting out fires in the present moment. Imagine that you're focused, you're calm, you're confident. You feel like a business owner again, not just an employee in your company. When you control your time, you control your business. And when you control your business, you get your life back. You get that freedom, that creativity, the security, the peace of mind that you started this business to get, right? And that's what it actually feels like to be a CEO, calm, confident, and in control of your most valuable resource, your time. We'll get back to the episode in just a minute, but first, think about these two questions. Do you have a clear, actionable strategy for your business for the next 12 months? And does your team know exactly where you're headed and how you'll get there? If your business was a road trip, are you just driving aimlessly without a map, hoping you get somewhere good, or do you have a clear destination and a route to get there? Here's the thing. As the leader, it's your job to create that strategy, and your team is counting on you to provide clarity and direction. That's why I created the Strategic Planning Guide. For a limited time, you can download this free guide, the same one that's helped hundreds of construction business owners gain clarity, set goals, and be able to communicate a winning strategy to their team. In just 60 to 90 minutes, you'll map out your plan for the next year. No more guessing, no more drifting. It's the first step toward designing a business you want. So stop running in circles, stop treading water, get clarity on the vision and direction of your business. Click the link in the show notes to download your free strategic planning guide. All right, back to the show. So think about this. What would your week feel like if you could wake up knowing that your day was already under control? What if your phone didn't own you anymore and the business just kept running when you didn't touch it for a few hours? What would it be like to walk out of the office at the end of the day at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock or maybe noon on Friday, clear-headed with nothing left hanging over you? Imagine if you had to really look and think, what should I be working on? Everything's running so smoothly. What do I get to work on? Imagine getting to choose what you spend your time on. What would it be like to actually rest on the weekend, to be able to take a vacation, a 3-day weekend, maybe take a week-long vacation and not have to run the business remotely? What would it be like to be able to sit down at your dinner, look your family in the eye, and have a conversation about their day and what's going on with them and feel zero guilt because you led your business today and you didn't let it lead you? Take a second. Think about that. Because that's not just some impossible dream. That's what happens when you start taking control of your time like a CEO, right? If you look at these successful CEOs, they all have 168 hours. It's not that they have more time, it's how they're using their time and how they're controlling their time. For example, we have clients who spend 16 weeks a year at their beach house. We have clients who take 10-day vacations to Italy with their family while their business runs without them. We have a client who took a 6-week RV trip with their kids across the country and back. 6 weeks. We have people who take week-long sabbaticals on their own and they go hiking. People who take extended vacations with their families. People who go start other businesses and they start nonprofits because they have their business working for them and they have control of their time. So if you feel like you don't have time to think, lead, or do strategic work, it's not because you don't have enough time. It's not that you're bad at time management. It's not that you're undisciplined. It's not because of your clients. Or it's not because of this big lie that so many people believe, which is construction is chaos. Construction does not have to be chaos. Your lack of time or your lack of control of your time is not because of any of these things. It's because something in the design of your business is off. You might have one or more of these three root causes, okay, after talking with, coaching, consulting hundreds of construction business owners, there are three main root causes that result in a business owner, a construction business owner specifically, not having control of their time. So here are the three most common root causes construction business owners are not in control of their time. So the first one, let me know if this sounds familiar. You're doing just enough to get an estimate out, putting allowances in, putting in plug numbers. You're doing just enough to get a contract signed, just enough to get a sub mobilized, just enough to get a crew out there, starting projects without complete selections, buying out projects during construction, finding your subs and suppliers during construction. And you tell yourself, we'll figure out the rest later. If you're doing these things and you're saying, we don't need to know everything up front, we'll do enough and then we'll figure out the rest later. But then later always comes, doesn't it? And when it does, it shows up as a tsunami of questions, missing details, and fires that all have to be solved right now. This is the just enough to start trap. JETS, the JETS trap. This is the just enough to start, doing just enough to start, and then saying, we'll figure out the rest later. Maybe you don't have time to figure everything out right now, but if you were to look through your phone, if you were to scroll through your phone and look at your texts, phone calls, emails, and all the issues you're dealing with, and if you were somehow able to tag them and put a JES tag on them, there's a good chance that a big percentage of the issues you're dealing with are caused because you did just enough to start, or somebody did just enough to start. You're not bad at managing time. You're doing just enough to start believing the lie. We don't need to know that right now. We'll figure it out later. This is a trap. It's a pitfall. It is delusion, but it is so prevalent. I've seen it in small companies, large companies. I've seen it in large projects. We don't need to know that right now. We'll figure it out later. This is the just enough to start trap. The solution is to slow down on the front end and focus on the secret profit phase of every project. There's a specific phase of every project that the big contractors, when I say big, I've worked with companies doing hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue a year, working on projects 30, 60, 70 million dollars. And these big companies, they obsess over the secret profit phase of every project. It's the pre-construction phase. And unfortunately, this pre-construction phase is missing. This is the deficiency. One of the main root causes, two ways to say this, that there's a root cause of why you don't have control of your time, is the just enough to start trap. Another way to say it is there's a deficiency in pre-construction. The pre-construction phase is missing in your projects. And that's why 80% of the chaos, attention thieves, fires pop up, and even profit bleeds are caused by the just enough to start trap. So the way you stop this, the way you stop paying for missing details with your time, attention, and sanity is by focusing on the pre-construction phase. And that is one of the things that we help our clients create inside our Systematize Your Construction Business program is a well-defined, documented pre-construction process that your team is bought into. When you have that, you get your time back. What we hear from our clients over and over, they like to show me their phones and say, look, I used to get 50 or 60 calls a day. Now I get 5 or 6 calls a day. So root cause number one, just enough to start trap, the JETS trap, or a pre-construction deficiency. The way you solve that is with a well-defined pre-construction process that your team is bought into. Let's talk about the next root cause. Root cause number two. Imagine this. You walk into a huge distribution center that handles boxes and packages for something like Amazon, right? 40-foot tall ceilings, hundreds of thousands of square feet, conveyors moving around. And there's this big sorting machine that has one job, to sort the boxes by size and then put them in the correct bins. The big boxes over a certain size go into the red bins. The small boxes go into the yellow bins. The engineers turn it on, fire it up, and sure enough, it runs flawlessly. Boxes are moving, bins are moving, arms are shifting, sensors are being triggered. It did exactly what it was designed to do, but there was one problem. It was sorting everything into the wrong bins. The big boxes were going in the yellow bins, and the small boxes were going in the red bins. So the people in charge of operations, they jump into action. They yell at the workers to be more productive. They call in the box supplier, talk about the boxes. They talk to the bin supplier. They talk to the truck drivers. They talk about the lighting supplier. Maybe there's a lighting problem. They go check the volume on the backup alarms on the trucks or some stupid stuff like that. Then they brought in an efficiency expert to figure out what was wrong. And this efficiency expert spent 15 minutes looking at it, and they said, look, the machine is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It was running the program perfectly. The problem was it was just designed wrong. Somebody just designed the program wrong, and they had things switched. So it wasn't a matter of efficiency. It wasn't a matter of anything else. The machine was doing exactly what it was designed to do. It was just designed wrong. There's a pretty good chance that your business isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Runs every decision through you because that's how you programmed it. Every problem lands in your lap because that's how you've designed your business to run. You started out doing everything yourself, and the business learned to depend on you for everything. Now every text, every call, every, hey, you got a minute, every problem, every decision goes through you. Why? Because your business is unintentionally designed to fail without you. Let me say that again. If you feel like you are out of control of your time, one of the root causes could be, very likely, that your business is unintentionally designed to fail without you. Your business is doing exactly what it's programmed to do. It's just programmed wrong. And you don't fix that by working harder. You don't fix it with time management strategies. You don't fix it with different people. You fix it by designing your business to run without you. And the way you do that is with a strategic blueprint. A strategic blueprint is a clear design for how your business operates, who's accountable for what, and how decisions get made. It's the design for how the business will run. Just like the box sorting machine has a program for how things run, your business has a program, and it's running the program that it was given. It just has a bad program. So inside our Systematize Your Construction Business program, we'll help you design your strategic blueprints, the design for your business. If you're not happy with how it's running, you need a new program. You need a new design, right? You would never start a project without a blueprint. I hope you would never start building a project without a blueprint. And it's the same way with your business. So if you're building a business, which you are, if you're running a business, which you are, it's crucial that you have a blueprint, a program that your business runs on. So you need a strategic blueprint. So root cause number 2 is your business is doing exactly what it was programmed to do. It's just unintentionally designed or programmed to fail without you. And you've got to solve that. We'll get back to the show in just a second. If you're a construction business owner, let me ask you this. Are you feeling trapped in your business? Maybe you can't take a real vacation without being on call 24/7. Or when you finally do step away, you know there's going to be a mess waiting for you to clean up when you get back. Or maybe the constant stress of putting out fires and carrying all the responsibility and making all the decisions is keeping you up at night. And you're worried about losing a good employee, or it's affecting your health, or worse, it's keeping you from being present with your family. What if instead you could finally step back from the day-to-day chaos, take back control of your time, and build a business that runs profitably and smoothly even when you're not there? If that sounds good, I'd like to invite you to book a free business evaluation call with my team. In just one call, we'll help you get crystal clear on 3 things: the root cause of the biggest problems in your business, the goals and vision you want to achieve for your company and your life, and we'll map out a personalized roadmap you can follow to make that vision a reality. Look, we've helped hundreds of construction business owners systematize their business so they can work less, earn more, and actually enjoy their lives. And we can help you too. But the first step, it's up to you. Head over to constructionleadingedge.com/apply to book your free call, or just click the link in the show notes. Don't wait until it's too late. Take the first step toward freedom today. All right, let's get back to the show. Now picture this: deep in the jungle, small tribe gathers around a fire as the sun disappears behind the trees, and the elder stands up, and he's this gray beard, gray hair, and he holds his walking stick that has thousands of miles on it. And he speaks. Everybody listens. They're wide eyed because the elder is the only one who knows how to hunt. He's the only one who knows where the dangerous animals are. He's the oldest, wisest. He knows which plants can heal. He knows which plants will kill you. It's all in his head. No books, no map, no written system, just stories that are passed down by memory. And these stories were passed down by his father and his grandfather and his great grandfather. Now imagine what happens when he's not there. Suddenly, the elder disappears and nobody hunts. Nobody knows what to do. They don't know which animals are dangerous, which plants will kill them. So they guess, or they get hurt, or worse, they do nothing because they're afraid of doing it wrong. That is tribal knowledge, and that's how it worked. For thousands of years, things were passed down through tribal knowledge. And it's possible that your business might be running on the same thing. Your business, one of the root causes of your lack of control of time is that your business is running on tribal knowledge. When everything lives in your head, how to estimate, how to sell, how to negotiate, how to set up a project, how to talk to a customer, how to run a job, what done right looks like, when all of that stuff, when everything about your business lives in your head, you are the tribal elder. Your team can't move without your input. They ask, they wait, or they guess, and it all costs you time and attention. When everything lives in your head, you've become the walking operations manual. Your team can't move without you. They guess, or they make it up, or they ask you. And every time that happens, it steals more of your attention. So the solution isn't different people. The solution isn't software. The solution isn't time management. The solution isn't a lot of things. It's transferable knowledge. It's making this information more accessible without you. You need to document the way you do things, not in this 200-page, 3-ring, 3-inch binder that nobody reads, but as a living playbook that defines your standards and your workflows and how you do things. When you have a playbook, your team can operate without guessing or without interrupting you. Consistency goes up, chaos goes down, accountability goes up, mistakes go down, and you get your time back. So that's what we help our clients do inside the Systematize Your Construction Business program, is go from tribal knowledge, take what's in your head and in your team's head, and create a this is how we do it playbook, a documented process that your team can be trained on, you can hold them accountable to, and they'll know how things should be done without asking you. So any one of these root causes could be the reasons your days keep getting hijacked. And if you're being honest, you probably know which one's costing you the most right now. Is it number one? Are you stuck in the just enough to start trap? Is it number two, that your business is unintentionally designed to fail without you and you just don't have a strategic blueprint? Or is it number three, that the business, you're like the tribal elder and the business runs on tribal knowledge? You probably know which of those it is, and maybe a couple. It could be, maybe if you're being honest, you're like, wow, it's all three. But the truth is, you take control of your time by fixing the design of your business. This means slowing down to build clarity up front, designing a strategic blueprint that defines who's accountable for what, documenting your this is how we do it playbook so that your team can execute without you, and focusing on pre-construction. And when you do that, you stop reacting, you stop firefighting, and you finally start leading. And your business starts giving you freedom instead of stealing it. So let me ask you something. How long have you been thinking about putting these kind of systems and processes in place in your business? How long have you been saying, I have got to do something about this lack of control? I feel out of control of my time. I feel out of control of my business. How long have you been thinking about that? How long have you been saying, I should have more freedom? I should have more money. I'm working too hard and I don't have enough to show for it. I should have less stress, but I'm so slammed I don't even know where to start. And how much are these things costing you? How much profit is bleeding out every month because of profit bleeds like rework, schedule delays, giveaways? How many opportunities are you missing out on because you're stuck in firefighting mode. You're stuck running in your business because your business is unintentionally designed to fail. How many opportunities have you passed on because you don't have the confidence that your team can actually deliver on those projects? And what's the cost to your stress and your peace of mind? How much sleep are you losing because of it? And then what's the price that your family is paying because of all of this stuff? And when you look down the road 12 months, if nothing changes, what are you worried might happen if you continue on this path that you're on? When it comes to your reputation with your clients, is the stress affecting your team? Are you at risk of losing key employees who finally just throw their hands up and say, there's got to be an easier job. I'm tired of this chaos. If you're listening to this, if you're still here listening to this, and you're like, man, we've got these root causes. I need to get control of my business. You know you need this. You've been thinking about it for weeks, months, years, maybe. Every time there's a mistake or a miscommunication or something slips through the cracks, you think, man, we could have prevented that. This should not be happening again. We could have prevented that if we just had the right systems in place. And maybe your team's even asking you for it, but you just don't have the time or energy to figure it out yourself. So if that's you and you own a custom home building business, a remodeling business, or a general contracting business, a commercial general contracting business, and you're doing over $2 million a year, and you're stuck in the day-to-day, feel like you own a job instead of a business, you feel like you're out of control of your time, and you want to put systems in place to reclaim, to repossess control of your time, then the first step is to schedule a business evaluation call with my team. We'll help you identify which root cause is costing you the most time and money and show you exactly what to do about it. Give you a specific plan of the systems you need to put in place. So I'm looking for 5 construction business owners who meet those criteria this month to help systematize your business in 8 weeks. Our program takes 8 weeks. And I'm looking for 5 business owners who want to put those systems in place so your team runs the project and you get your time back. So the first step is schedule a business evaluation call. The link is in the show notes, or you can go to constructionleadingedge.com/apply, APPLY. If it's not a fit, I'll tell you fast, point you in the right direction, but either way, you'll walk away from this call with clarity. But these calls are not for everybody, only for construction business owners who meet those criteria. If that's you, and that's what we've talked about today is what you want, then go schedule a business evaluation call with my team at constructionleadingedge.com/apply. We're only opening up 5 spots a month. So if you're ready to make a change, then this is the move to make. Thanks for listening. We'll talk soon. Hey, it's Todd here. One more thing before you go. Remember, if you're dealing with chaos every day, if you're spending too much time in firefighting, if your whole team is in reactive mode, it's probably not your team, it's not your clients, it's not your project, it's not you, it's the gaps. And the biggest gap is the one between signing the contract and starting the job. That's where the details get missed. That's where the stress begins. And the fix is simple. It's a solid pre-construction process so you can nail the handoff from the office to the field. We want to help you build that out. And the first step is to schedule your free business evaluation call. Click the link in the show notes. We're going to help you identify the root cause of your chaos, show you how to unlock the profit that's already in your business, and we'll lay out a plan to help you nail the handoff. And if it makes sense, we'll talk about what working together looks like. So click the link in the show notes to schedule your call with my team. Be advised, calls are very limited and not everybody qualifies for these calls. So go book your call today, and I'll see you next time.